Hi, I'm Glider. This is Glider Gaming. We're in the Rustic Dreamland playing some Oxygen Not Included. After the last video, I stuck it out a little, maybe cycle or two longer, and finished up all that drywall, so you didn't have to hear that. I only did the drywall in the luxury apartments. We ran out of granite, actually. I had to make some of it out of other stuff, like obsidian. So if we decide we like it and we want to put it over here, we sure can. But we're going to have to harvest more granite first. So the deluxe apartments are going well. They're a little hard to see, but I think that once the drywall is actually built, it'll get better. Critter starvation, huh? Huh. Why would they be starving? Organic. Oh, because we ran out of algae. We had like 15 tons of algae, guys. That's nuts. Luckily, there's algae not too far away. I'm sure there's other stuff we can feed them besides algae, but we're going to start with this easily acquirable algae. What else does a sage hatch eat here? They eat dirt. Dirt and slime. I'll go with algae. Algae sounds fine to me. Oh, here's a bunch of low-hanging gold I didn't even notice. If you remember Gold Hunt the other day. Okay, so what else? They're bashing away at the lime. The lime is being loaded and shipped, so that's cool. Just follow the life of a lime real quick. You can't select it, but you can see it there. It says contents empty. Oh, there it is. It's weird. It's like between tiles. So, you notice some color differentials, like that greenish gray versus this reddish color, and then there's little bits of orangish. I really don't know what those are. I have no idea. I used to think that there's only two colors, and that those two colors meant like the first half of the line and the second half of the line, but I no longer really believe that. It might be biome related because here's blue. So this like might be the track in cold biome versus the track in caustic biome versus the track in original biome. Could be that. So we have 255 kilograms of lime. So we're getting that all stored up well. Okay. Oil is now working its way through the system. With no other edits, the oil is sitting quite hot. We do want it to be cooler than that. And this is not emptying the way I hoped it would. So I'm going to deconstruct that. My hope is when we break that this oil will move forward. But I have no idea. Nope, that's not moving either. Shoot. The only other thing I can really do then is just bring it back and connect it. And in order to do that, we're going to need scaffolding. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then because the oil is not getting cold enough, we're going to add some automation. So over here, we're going to need a shutoff valve. We can toss right here. And a liquid valve to control just how much is coming and going. Okay. So we don't want 1,000 grams per second. We learned for straight cooling over here a better number that I don't remember. 2,000 grams per second. We have a lot more heat to go through, so I'm gonna do 1,800 grams per second. We're gonna need some automation. I don't think any of these are it. So a liquid pipe thermosensor is probably what we're going to go with. You can't build them in any of these spots, so it has to go right there. I guess we could put it right there. We'll just have to switch it over to radiant pipe. And then who needs power here? I think you do too, don't you? No, it doesn't say that it does. Okay. And this one here. I'm gonna put it on this line that's closer. It's more taxed, but literally none of it's running right now, so a lot of it would have to start running again to actually have a problem. Okay, so just like with the water we were cooling for our farm, this oil will come through, it'll be stopped here, it'll be broken up into much smaller packets, and those packets will only be released if the oil hits a certain temperature. If the oil is backing up too hot, it'll just sit in these radiant pipes until it's cool enough, and then it will move forward. So that should solve the problem of hot oil. And then hopefully we'll be storing oil in like the 40 degrees Celsius or something a lot more reasonable. Okay, up here we have this turned off. Go ahead and break this. I think we'll probably be putting our transit tube somewhere near there. Because I definitely want to put some transit tubes in, for sure. I want a transit tube that has a station like right here so they can get quickly to this. Might have a transit tube that just dumps them off right there so they can hop over and play with that. I don't know. I feel like we can definitely utilize transit tubes really well. I'm coming from this way because, as always, I'm thinking about how to keep this cold biome as cold as possible. And this abyssalite is the best insulator we can get. So giving just one layer of abyssalite right here by breaking in from this side, I don't like. But if I come from this way, we get plenty of abyssalite retained. Got everything done down here except harvesting awesome materials. And look at that, there's some granite that we need that we didn't even dig out before, but we will now. Oh, wow, look at all that algae. Let's take that home too. Plenty of algae, nice. Built up over here very nicely. But they can't get over there because they can't jump onto this. But once they dig all this out, they'll be able to walk up and over. I'm not sure if they'll be able to actually dig all this, but we'll tell them to try. Got a neural vacillator over here we could try to get into. Polluted dirt, huh. Wonder why there's polluted dirt in there. We were redoing those pipes because they were radiant and just heating this area up, where if we insulate them, then we'll have less heat entering this biome. Okay, there we go. Looks pretty snazzy once you put the drywall in. I like it. Maybe someday they'll let us paint drywall, so you can kind of color code your rooms and stuff outside of the room menu. But just lots of stuff to be built, so it's going to take a while to get these all going. The core values are looking pretty good for the areas that have the stuff finished. We still don't have all of our beds assigned. That's funny. People are still sleeping in these little sad rooms. What do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 nice rooms. Which means we only need 6 other beds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go ahead and just take all of this stuff out. And we can just use this as another room. Like, we could make this the video game espresso room, and then we could have another nice bedroom. Or we can just use this for some other purpose. I suppose we should make sure there was no valuable infrastructure where we just demolished. Looks like we lucked out. Although this is no longer valuable infrastructure. Free food is free food, no matter how much you have. So that oxygen generation being off by 100 kilograms is a little bit more than we normally see. So I'm just going to make sure things are actually running. And yep, stuff is actually running over here. So it's just one of those cases of too much actual oxygen in the base. Now, if you see over here, we aren't actually transferring that oxygen over here well. It's not free flowing from the base. That CO2 is building up. So we should probably get this system going online. The main reason it's not going is because of this. So that will help a little bit, because basically this is just one big CO2 lock right now. I think what I'll probably do is just pipe this through and up, and we can just destroy these. Well, we'll leave them for now, but we will just send these over. We'll send them down. I'm going to switch to insulated. Just because this area is a bit hotter. Let's switch all the way back here. As always, I want this to be a symmetrical choice. What did I just do? Where'd it go? I want to pump it in symmetrically, so it pressurizes evenly. So probably go about this high up. I'm gonna go one higher and then drop it down. Ideally, all this pipe and stuff runs in the background behind drywall. That would be nice, so we don't have to see it. What did I do? I did 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm ready to go 5, so that. So yeah, I didn't think it would let us build there. Okay. Hold on, except I no longer want it to be insulated once we're inside here. I just wanted it for that hot area, so we'll go back to regular pipe. Okay. Very good. How's this little room doing? Okay. It's a pretty spicy room still. It's really not getting where I'd like it to be. Might be time to start fueling this guy with hydrogen and maybe trying to cool another way. This guy's overflowing. I'm just wondering if he's actually going to be able to put out any more water. So it's going through the motions of wanting to put out water. Yep, overpressure. So we're air quotations wasting water. We're not creating water where we could be, which in the long run is a waste, because anytime we aren't creating water, that's water we can't use later. So a little concerning. It's unfortunate. Probably should have built drywall in here before we did all this to hide other stuff, because the infrastructure stuff is creating a negative decor that, you know, when the Paku aren't just right there, does actually bleed through. We also could have, like, put pictures in there too, I guess. But, you know, have you ever seen a painting inside of an aquarium? That's a little strange. So I think it's fine. We'll live with it. Not all of our shine bugs and stuff are tame yet. Some of them are still wild. The rock granulator is already out of stuff. I mean, there's some eggshell in it. It's out of fossil. Okay, it still has plenty of eggshell, but it did run out of fossil. Okay, it looks like, unfortunately, gas pipes are a foreground item that are on top of drywall, so that's sad. It would have been really nice if we could have hidden wires and stuff with drywall like we do in real life. Yeah, we told them to build something down here to kind of fix the issue with these so they'll start running again. But they haven't gotten to it yet. We are all set and ready to run petroleum power, but honestly, I don't really care to do that. Like, we're running fine with power. If natural gas starts running out and stuff, then, like, maybe I will. But so far, we're doing okay with natural gas. And we will be doing great with natural gas if we start creating petroleum again. So, I'll be thinking about that. It's a little warmer on this side. Well, because it's not actually an ice biome. Oh, we never came in here yet? I thought we told them to do this. They can obviously reach it. They built the ladder over here. Sometimes it can be hard to get these things to trigger. I might have to, like, tell a dupe to come up here in order for them to actually do it. Uh-oh. Dupes shouldn't be making a mess. That's not something that should be happening. So there's probably a problem somewhere. Like the fact that there's no water getting into our toilets. So how do we mess it up? We've stalled water movement here. How? Why did that stall water movement? I'm not sure, but I know how to fix it. So, for some reason, I guess the water wanted to start coming backwards to fill, and that's where our problem came. By telling the piping system that this is an outlet, it can only go forward from here. That should fix the problem. Does not seem to have fixed the problem. Shoot. Okay then. Let's deconstruct this liquid bridge, and then we'll reconstruct it and see if that helps solve the problem. Okay, so that allows it to flow and try to go this way. Now let's tell it should actually be coming this way. Nope, that didn't do it. Yikes. Okay. Huh. I'm really confused. I'm confused about why the water is confused. Okay, the other thing we can do is do this, and hopefully that will solve the confusion. Okay, so now we have to clean up all the messes that were made. Okay, I think we got it. Water is returning to its proper flows. Oh yeah, we were trying to get in that room when all this started going down. I used to run out of sand once upon a time. I think they've added way more of it to the game since then, but it used to be a problem. Okay, they actually did come up here and open it. It's kind of a neural vaxxlator base. It's another one of those like bases that didn't fully form, but now we can dig this stuff out and get to it. Wow, is that... Okay, yeah, we already found that one. I thought it was another new one. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This base also affected the abyssalite protective layer and is open to vacuum, so that's cool. You don't see that happening a lot. Okay, so is it Ada who's our super duper? No, I think it was Jean. Skills. Rock Crusher. Yep. Sorry, Ada. This is Jean's jam. Jean, continue your race to super dupedom. Seeing the food has decayed thing makes me so sad. But they can't eat out of refrigerators. Now she gets a sunny disposition and loses stress even faster. So we could technically not, meet her morale needs as an astronaut, and it won't matter because she has a sunny disposition. But the astronauts get the best, It's just how astronauts are, so I'm not going to do that to her. Anywho, got that done. So I'm kind of just killing time here, letting dupes build stuff. They have so much to do. Oh yeah, we were, I swear, I'm going to do hotkeys to get around this base one of these days. Okay. We've now got how much water? Yeah, we got, like, the appropriate amount. So, we can rebuild those tiles. And I believe, yeah, I currently have a program to be off, so we just switch it to be back on. I thought we'd be good, but then I started doing other stuff with plastic, and we're kind of running out again, so... I mean, 2,000 seems like a lot until you want to build your transit tubes, and then all of a sudden you don't have any. I think I buggered up the shipping stuff for this, though. Yes, I did. But now that I've decided I want it all to be stored in the same place, I don't think we need to. They should be able to handle this. Okay, it has no fuel, so what's happening up here? All right, so there's a trouble with this that when you build this the first time, if there's no liquid in there, then it just it doesn't do anything. Negative 274. Below or above 274? Nope. Okay, so what we can do is we can add in another thing. I think we can overcome it. So we can do an OR gate. This says, you know, if either one of my things are a yes, then do what I want. So we're gonna do that. So input, output. I'm gonna break new. No, nope, messing stuff up. OR gate. Okay. So little tiny arrows here. I don't know, the mostly white exterior with the black center, that's an input. The mostly black exterior with the white input, that's the output. So then I want to go here. I just need to break one of these automation wires so it isn't consistent wire. Then we'll go like this. Okay, so if either one of these sends an active signal, then the signal will become active. Because OR gate becomes active if one or both connected are active. Stand by when neither inputs are active. Okay, so this should work a bit better. I wanted to see what circuit overloaded, but it's gone. Must be one of those ones where we have like 1,500 kilowatts on, but you know, like only 600 or 700 of it runs continuously. Okay, it's all built now. So we go above. Okay, now we go below, turning it off again. Okay. Oh, but we didn't program this. Oh, we did. So it needs to be something more like 40 degrees. So it's got it turned off. There's nothing in it. So below, above. It's not working quite the way I want. Okay, it's going. Okay. So this will activate and allow more fluid to come through if the current temperature inside the pipe is below 40 degrees. If anything is above 50 degrees, it stops to stop the fluid from moving until it drops its temperature appropriately. So back over here, we have 181. Just being in the cold biome and insulated pipes is doing some amount of work. we can see that little bits of background are heating up, and that's just the pipes themselves that we're pumping things through, and sometimes the plastic coming through. So there you go. Here's the baseline thing you can do with your metal refinery in a cold biome with the anti-entropy thermo-nullifier. If you don't have one of those, but you have a nice big cold biome you want to utilize, you can still make this system work. I usually just put a second liquid shutoff, like after my radiant system. So I could have a second liquid shutoff right here that says, like, if this spot right here is too hot, you turn off. That way it just has a second stop so that you don't continue to let stuff through that's too warm. And if this system messes up for some reason, I'll probably still end up doing that. Okay, you see that we are melting some ice and stuff that's hanging out around here. What is this? Is that just crude oil? How do we get crude oil up there that we broke? Why does it seem like we're getting more crude oil? Up here we have crude oil. I feel like something isn't working properly. Pipes aren't breaking though. Things have regulated a bit now. It's now coming out at like -4 instead of -40. So that's fine, I like that. I don't remember there ever being crude oil in that general area. Okay. We're going to go ahead and disable this now. It's getting to the point where it's going to start sucking up actual water, and I don't want to deal with that. So we're going to turn that off. More crude oil over there. Lots of different levels of crude oil at different temperatures, but they're all now below 100 degrees, so that's good. That'll help from keeping this area from getting too ridiculously hot. I think things are looking okay. All right, we're making plastic again, so we know we want to be able to send dupes from this general area back home and from home down here. So we're gonna need one there, and we're gonna need one. Hello? Oh, cycle changeover. Over here. So it can in fact fit right there, so that's cool. Wasn't sure how big it was. We are going to break this wire here. We don't want it. This guy needs his own individual power because it requires like 960 watts. Yep, 960 watts. Luckily, we're so close to the main line that we can just tie it in with the main line here. We do need to break this wire right here and build a standard wire bridge over it. Okay, so that's this side. Over here on this side, we'd like to have one as well. After this last little bit of issue with our piping system, I kind of really just want to get rid of this guy and move it again. Oh, things are heated back up. Shoot, it's just not doing it. Shoot, shoot, shoot. So we are hitting a point where we're backing up our pipes because it can't output anymore, because it takes much longer to clean the output than it does to empty the machine. So we could do what we've done before, you know, like do a radiator type deal where we can go up this way, back down. Just give more space to hold oil. There's one pipe we'll have to break for that. So I'm going to go ahead and tell it to do infinite steel as well, because I do want to have a little bit of steel lying around to do some things. Right now we have 3 kilograms of that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell it not to do any iron. We're going to do steel until we run out, and then we'll go back to making iron. All right, they're over here doing stuff now. I'm going to pop up the priority on our ventilation system. Just because I'd like to get that up and running. So over here must be a fact of just how much water is here too. 10 kilograms is just a lot of water. So we might have to put a valve on that to, just like we've done down here, just to break it up a little bit so we can more efficiently change the heat of that water. We have a lot better cooling capacity here, so we should be able to do a higher rate, but we're just overtaxing the system. And this should be a very efficient system. This system can take 50-degree air and turn it to like roughly 0-degree air. So it should be able to cut out 50 degrees, but apparently the conductive properties of the water just aren't as agreeable as the oxygen at that mass. So we just, you know, once again, I've taken plenty of physics. Like, this is something I could do if I had a physics textbook and could just refresh myself on a bit, but I don't. So, oh, we missed a little bit of spillage here. We should probably do that at like an 8. Okay, the system's almost done. Okay, things are getting bad over here. So it's setting an off situation. It's a little strange. It says filter, but it's an element sensor. I feel like we should have just made our first steel there. Start stealing our iron, storing our iron. Yeah, there's our first steel. Why doesn't it show that we have made steel? Oh, they moved it to manufactured material. It used to be under metal ore and refined metal. So manufactured. Okay. You are going to take steel. Let's follow the life of steel. So steel's at only 40 degrees Celsius, not even 35 degrees Celsius. That's pretty awesome. I thought it would be coming out way hotter than that. The rough 25s now. So yeah, an inability to automate these means it's really hard to cool stuff, because I would have liked that to have sat there for a minute and cooled it down further. But at 20 degrees, we're not going to be hurting the base at all. I'm always just worried about anything I'm shipping into my base being, like 80 degrees Celsius is just going to really hurt my ability to cool things. So we're leaving the cold biome at 17, we'll say 18 degrees. Some of them are a little higher, some are a little lower. Goes through insulated tile. That insulated tile reduces how much heat from this hot area can interact with it. We enter the base, wow, at 40 degrees. So we do all that, dropping it down to 18, and then it gets up again pretty fast. Then over here, we're going to go manufactured material, steel. So the steel does end up showing up at an average 22 degrees Celsius, so not bad. It gets a little kick of cold at the end. And then we store it in one of the coldest areas of our base. All right, guys, I'd say that's a pretty productive time. We built a ton of drywall. We made our first steel. And we started planning some fast transit tubes. All in all, pretty good video, I'd say. Thanks for tuning in. I see that the likes and stuff are going up, so thanks a lot. Keep liking, subscribing, and turning on notifications to see our as close to daily videos as I can get for the time being. We do only have a week until the new patch comes out. So I'm thinking about turning off updates so we can keep playing this colony. I'm really worried about this colony crashing after we do that. So I'm just trying to think about how we can finish this colony. This is a great colony and I'm having a lot of fun. So I don't want it just to crash with a drastic update. So let me know what you think about that in the comments and have a great rest of your day.